Ever had one of those days where all you want to do is eat cake as quickly as you possibly can? Don't lie, you have. Well, never fear, because today on Victor Bakes Science we're going to be looking at heat transfer. Or, as I like to put it, today is the great cake race. To find out the quickest way to get cake into my face, we'll be doing an experiment with 3 batches of cake batter, and the same oven temperature every time. The first time we're going to cook it in a normal cake tin, the second time we'll use a Lamington tray, and in the third batch we'll be doing it as muffins. So, let the great cake race begin! The cake tin is first off the mark and looks to be doing very well with little prep time. A quick spray of oil, pour in the mixture, and it's straight into the oven. Prep time, 1 minute and 15 seconds. But the Lamington tray is right on its heels. It's basically the same amount of preparation as the cake tin at 2 minutes 11. And trailing by a good margin we have the muffins. Even using my sister's time-saving trick of pouring the mixture into a snap-lock bag and snipping off the corner, it's taken far more time to prepare at 7 minutes and 47 seconds. But while those are cooking, let's find out a little bit more about the 3 main ways that heat can be transferred in cooking: conduction, convection, and radiation. First up, we have conduction. Conduction is the transfer of heat through colliding molecules. Most importantly, this is how the heat slowly moves from the outside edges of your food to cook it inside. Second, we have convection. Now, this is when heat is transferred by the molecules moving to a new location. Obviously, this isn't really applicable to solids, but definitely comes into play in fluids, with 2 common examples being boiling water or the movement of air in an oven. Last up, heat can also be transferred directly to the food through electromagnetic radiation. In baking, infrared radiation beams energy straight to the food. Unfortunately, it doesn't penetrate very deeply, leaving it up to conduction to get the heat to the center of the cake. But enough of that, it's time for the results. In last place, we have the classic cake tin at 51 minutes for cooking and prep. In second place, we have muffins at 33 minutes. And that means the Lamington tray cake takes first place at 27 minutes. I don't know why I'm stroking. So, how did this work? Both the Lamington tray and the muffins had a larger surface area to volume ratio than the normal cake tin, which in the baking world just means that there were more edge pieces to center pieces. This meant that the heat didn't have to spend as much time traveling by slow conduction to the center of the cake. Final fact: when any shape gets bigger, its surface area to volume ratio gets smaller. For instance, every time you double the width of a cube, you halve its surface area to volume ratio. So, that's the end of the great cake race, but be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Victor Bakes Science, and be sure to let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for future episodes. But in the meanwhile, I better start eating these, because, well, someone has to. I mean, I really had to get this cake into my face as soon as possible, so